Jennifer Hawking trudged up the steps of her apartment building, the smell of stale beer and fried food clinging to her uniform from another night at the Easy Mart. The city was going to hell. Jobs were disappearing, businesses shutting down, and the streets were filling with the desperate and the dangerous. But the Easy Mart was still standing, and as long as they needed someone to restock shelves and deal with drunks at 2 a.m, Jennifer had a job, a paycheck, enough to keep her tiny apartment, and enough beer in the fridge to make sleep come easier. She cracked open a can, the hiss of carbonation a familiar comfort. By the third, she felt the day slide away. She kicked off her shoes, stretched out on her ragged couch, and stared at the ceiling fan until her eyelids drooped. Before heading to bed, she punched the button on the dishwasher. The hum of the machine filled the silence. White noise, something steady in a world that wasn't. That night, the nightmares came. She was running down a hallway that twisted like a snake. The walls pulsed as if alive, breathing. A voice, wet and whispering, echoed through the darkness. "Help me, please." Something skittered behind her, long fingers brushing her back. She woke up gasping, a thin sheen of sweat cooling on her skin. But by morning, the fear was gone. The dream was already fading. She stretched, rolled her shoulders, and made her way to the kitchen, ready to start the cycle again. Beer, work, sleep, repeat. She pulled open the dishwasher. A thing sat inside, folded up like an abandoned marionette. Its skin was grey, slick like wet stone. Its eyes were black pits that reflected the flickering light from the kitchen. The thing shuddered, unfolded. It had long limbs, thin fingers that twitched as if remembering how to move. Its mouth opened, and a voice, too human, too wrong, came out. "Help me!" Jennifer staggered back, a scream caught in her throat. The thing blinked at her, slow, reptilian. It moved to climb out, and she grabbed the dishwasher door and slammed it shut. Her mind raced. This wasn't happening. It was the beer. A dream bleeding into reality. But the dull thump from inside the machine said otherwise. "Help me!" The voice slithered under the door. She couldn't call the cops. What would she even say? "Excuse me, officer, there's a space alien in my dishwasher?" They'd lock her up in a padded room. No one would believe her. No one ever had. Jennifer grabbed a blanket from the couch, wrapped the thing inside it, and carried the bundle down the back stairwell. It squirmed, whispering, but she gritted her teeth and tightened her grip. At the dumpster behind the apartment building, she hesitated. The thing made a noise, a cross between a sigh and a whimper. It was small, helpless. But Jennifer knew how this worked. Nothing stayed helpless for long. She tossed it inside and slammed the lid shut. On the walk to work, she felt the weight of it settle in her chest. Had she done the right thing? It wasn't human. It couldn't be. But it had asked for help. At the Easy Mart, she went through the motions. Stocked shelves, rang up customers, ignored the drunk in aisle 4 who pissed himself near the beer cooler. But she kept thinking about the thing, about the way its fingers twitched, the way its voice had sounded like a child's. By the end of her shift, she couldn't stop herself. She had to go back. The dumpster was empty. Jennifer turned in slow circles, scanning the alley. Nothing. Just the distant wail of a siren, the rustle of wind. The city felt different, wrong. As she climbed the stairs to her apartment, she felt eyes on her, something waiting, watching. Inside, she locked the door, latched the windows, turned on every light. Then she heard it. A whisper from the dishwasher. "Jennifer!" She froze. The machine was off, the door slightly ajar. A trick of the pipes? A draft? Her breath came shallow. Not real. Not real. Not real. Then the door creaked open, inch by inch. A shape shifted inside. Long fingers curled over the edge. The whisper came again, soft as a dying breath. You left me behind.